Imagine this, right? One minute you're hearing about this massive cargo heist, like $1.4 million worth of stuff just vanishing.
Yeah.
Big headlines.
Yeah.
Then the very next thing, you see pictures of this amazing parade, shiny big rigs, chrome, gleaming, celebrating trucking pride down Main Street somewhere. It's a world of extremes.
It really is. Stark contrasts.
So today we're taking a deep dive into all those different realities of life on the road. We've gathered insights from, recent news, industry reports, driver perspectives. And our mission for you, the driver, is really to unpack these stories, connect the dots. How does this stuff impact your day-to-day? And what's the bigger picture? The challenges, the resilience, and importantly, getting the respect you deserve in this vital industry.
Right. And like Hervey from Life as a Trucker says, you've got to look at these things from all angles.
Exactly, from all angles. So let's get into it.
It's true. When you pull these events together, the heists, the parades, the reports, you really start to see the whole picture of life on the road. The risks, the rules, the sheer importance. And yeah, those moments of recognition too. It's all connected.
Absolutely. And speaking of risks, let's kick off with that Nintendo story. Wild, right?
Yeah.
A semi packed with the new Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. We're talking $1.4 million worth.
Wow.
Pulls into a loves travel stop, driver goes in, maybe grabs a coffee, comes back out, and the trailer's just gone, vanished. Police called it strategic, not random.
And what's really it's dramatic, sure, but this isn't some one-off thing. It fits right into this rising trend. Cargo theft is definitely up.
Especially high-value stuff.
Especially high-value tech, consumer goods, those consoles, perfect target for organized rings. Easy to move, easy to sell online, on the black market. So it's not just about gamers being disappointed. It's a trucking story. It's about the constant risk you navigate, the huge responsibility on your shoulders, and, let's be honest, sometimes the blame that falls on drivers when this happens.
Yeah, I can only imagine the frustration. What are you hearing from drivers when news like this drops?
Oh, it's huge frustration. You hear guys saying things like, great, already dealing with break-ins, fuel theft, endless DOT checks. Now I gotta worry about video game pirates.
Right.
It just adds another layer of stress, And then retailers, they're scrambling, shortages, delays. Those stolen consoles are probably listed online before the truck's even reported missing.
Unbelievable.
And yeah, the gamers have their jokes like, Nintendo lost a boss fight to a box truck, but the security folks, they're serious. This is a clear trend. High demand, easy resale. That's the formula.
Okay, so if theft is getting more sophisticated, what are companies doing? Are we seeing real changes in security?
Well, they're definitely talking about it. Revisiting security protocols. You hear about GPS-enabled locks, maybe covert tracking devices, sometimes two-driver teams for the really valuable loads.
Why is it widespread?
That's the thing. Not really. Most loads still move with pretty basic security. Often depends on who's paying for the extra measures, right? Shipper, carrier.
So insurance costs just keep climbing.
Exactly. Claims go up, deductibles go up, and some drivers worry it'll mean tighter controls, maybe making it harder for independents to get certain high-value loads. The system is kind of playing catch-up.
Which puts a lot back on you, the driver, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what are the practical takeaways? What can you actually do?
Exactly. It really comes down to vigilance. So for you driving out there, first, know your load. If it's pricey electronics, treat it like a target. Assume it is.
Okay.
Second, watch your six. Seriously. Be hyper-aware at stops. If you think someone's tailing you, don't pull into a dark corner. Circle back to somewhere bright, busy, more eyes. Third, don't get complacent. Thieves are fast. That quick break can be all they need to hit your trailer or even grab the whole thing.
Right.
Fourth, buddy system. If you can, park near other trucks, near cameras. Strength in numbers.
Good point.
And finally, report suspicious stuff. If something feels off, call it in. Your gut instinct is usually right. Better safe than sorry.
That's really solid advice for dealing with those outside threats. Yeah. But sometimes the surprises come from, the inside. Compliance stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like that CVSA surprise brake safety blitz. Remember that? Rolled through 45 states and provinces.
I do. Big numbers on that one.
Nearly 400 trucks put out of service in just one day. Mostly for things like leaks, brakes out of adjustment, busted parts. That's a serious wake-up call.
It absolutely is. And, if you connect this to the bigger picture, beyond the immediate hassle for the driver, these blitzes highlight that tension. It's safety versus economics, right? Well, these checks are crucial for preventing horrible crashes. Brakes are literally life or death. CVSA is dead serious about that. But sidelining a truck, that hits your income hard. And sometimes maintenance gets pushed back because of costs or parts delays. It's tough.
Yeah, you can hear the different perspectives loud and clear. Owner-operators thinking, truck's not rolling, I'm not earning.
Exactly that. And some drivers were genuinely caught off guard, didn't know there was an issue. Others might admit, yeah, they knew something was marginal, but parts were backordered or cash was tight.
And fleet managers.
For them, it's a reminder. You can't skimp on maintenance budgets. Daily pre-trips are essential. But these deeper checks catch things drivers might miss.
And the CVSA's stance is just safety first.
Safety first, no question. Meanwhile, in the trucking community itself, you get mixed feelings. Some feel like they're being targeted, Others say, hey, it keeps everyone honest, keeps the roads safer for all of us. It's complicated.
So these blitzes aren't going away. What's the industry expecting? And more importantly, what can you do to stay ready?
Yeah, expect more spot checks, especially around official brake safety week. But really, anytime. Shops are definitely seeing more brake work coming in. Safety consultants are warning clients, expect tougher enforcement.
So less leeway.
Seems like it. And a lot of veteran drivers, they're saying go back to basics, get under the truck, physically check things, listen. Don't just trust the sensors, be proactive.
Okay, so practical steps to stay ahead of this. Protect your livelihood. First, pre-trip with purpose. Don't just check boxes. Listen for air leaks. Look closely at components.
Right, use your senses.
Second, use your downtime. On a reset, take time to really inspect those airlines, drain the tanks, get familiar with your system.
Smart.
Third, find good shops. Build relationships with mechanics you trust. Don't wait till you're broken down somewhere random.
Commercial.
Fourth, stay informed. Know when inspection campaigns might be happening. Plan ahead if you can.
Yep, awareness helps.
And finally, fix small problems early. A minor adjustment issue can turn into a major violation and downtime. It really underscores both the theft and the brake checks, just how much vigilance is needed. You're protecting yourself, your load, your whole career constantly.
It's constant vigilance, absolutely.
Now, it's easy to get bogged down in these daily risks and rules, but let's zoom out. Look at the massive role trucking plays in the whole economy.
The foundation.
Right. We looked at the 2025 Grain Transportation Report and paints this picture of trucking as, like, the glue holding the entire U.S. food system together. And doing it despite crazy market swings, crumbling infrastructure roads, rails, even rivers like the Mississippi being too low for barges.
Yeah, drought hitting the waterways hard.
Plus driver shortages, extreme weather, the list goes on.
And what's amazing, and maybe not said enough, is how trucking just adapted. The report called it rock solid. Faster, more flexible than rail or barge, even with all those challenges. Taking detours, dealing with floods.
Yet often overlooked.
Often overlooked. You guys are literally moving the harvest, feeding the country, feeding the world, but don't always get that recognition. This report really shows how critical and how adaptable you are in that whole supply chain.
So how does that look from the ground level? The farmers, the truckers, the railways?
Oh, farmers. They're frustrated. Delays, high freight costs, unpredictable deliveries make planning tough.
I bet.
Truckers, you're out there battling flooded roads one week, low bridges with new weight limits the next, all while trying to meet tight contracts.
And rail and barge.
They're struggling. Bottlenecks, those low water levels cutting their capacity way down. Even the ports, the export terminals are juggling supply chain kinks and labor issues. It's a messy system.
Sounds like a constant adjustment. How's the trucking industry responding more broadly?
Just adapting constantly. Ag haulers are mapping out flexible routes, doing extra maintenance because the roads are rougher, planning for weather delays more carefully.
More loads shifting to trucks then?
Definitely. Brokers are moving more freight off rail onto trucks. But the catch is, the rates don't always reflect that extra demand or difficulty. So associations are pushing for policy stuff like funding for rural road repairs. And on the tech side, some grain elevators are using digital check-ins, scheduling apps, which means you need the tech and the time to use it.
Okay, so if you're hauling grain or really any ag product, what should you keep top of mind?
Right, smart hauling tips. First, know what's happening with rivers and rails. Problems upstream. They'll affect you eventually, maybe creating more demand or different routes.
Good point.
Second, expect delays. Build buffer time into your schedule for detours, waiting times at elevators, potential weather holds.
Plan for the unexpected.
Exactly. Third, get comfortable with digital tools. More places are using apps for check-ins, scheduling. Being ready for that helps.
Okay.
Fourth, double-check load weights and route restrictions. Those rural routes, bridge limits can change quickly. Stay updated. And finally, watch the weather closely. Not just rain or snow. High winds can be incredibly dangerous, especially with a light or empty trailer. It all just highlights how truckers are that essential pivot point, facing huge challenges but keeping things moving through sheer adaptability.
It's incredible work, often unseen.
Yeah.
But okay, let's shift gears. From the grind to moments of, well, pride and recognition. Because those happen too.
They do, and they matter.
First off, the ATA, American Trucking Associations, just opened applications for America's Road Team, the 2026-2027 class. This isn't just any award. It's like the Elite Ambassador Program, the best of the best.
It's a fantastic initiative. What's really powerful is it gives the mic directly to truckers. Let you tell the story, reclaim the narrative, counter negative stereotypes.
Changes lives, I bet.
Absolutely. It's a huge honor, boosts confidence, develops communication skills, gives drivers a platform to push for change. Families are proud. The industry gets authentic voices out there. It's a win all around. We desperately need real truckers sharing real stories.
Definitely. And speaking of pride and community, there was this other event, the Chrome Dreams and Diesel Pride. Kenworth Parade down in Chillicothe, Ohio.
Oh, I saw pictures of that. It looked amazing.
Right. Over 50 Kenworth, classic W900s, decked out new rigs, rolling through town. Just pure diesel beauty. And the heart of it was this tribute to a local veteran driver. Decades on the road. Just a huge show of respect from the whole community.
See, those events, they're more than just PR stunts. They're proof the trucking community is alive and well, thriving. It's a reminder that, yeah, tech is changing things, but human hands still move the world.
Trucks as lifelines.
Trucks as lifelines, drivers as, modern cowboys, road warriors, everyday legends, things like the road team, that parade. They directly boost morale, make drivers feel seen, feel respected, feel supported, and that's huge.
It really is. Okay, so the industry celebrates, the community celebrates. What about tangible ways to protect your future? Your bottom line.
Yeah, let's talk practical protection.
This new law out of Louisiana really jumped out at me. Starting in 2025, insurance companies have to offer premium discounts to commercial truckers if they install dash cams.
This is a big deal. And while the discount itself is nice, let's be real, saving money is always good.
Right.
The real win here is the protection that Dashcam gives you. It's irrefutable proof. Clears your name in an accident, fights off those scammy staged accidents.
Crash for cash schemes.
Exactly. Plus, it's a great training tool for fleets. And honestly, peace of mind, knowing you have that video backup, priceless. So this isn't just about insurance mandates. It's about protecting your truck, your CDL, your whole future. It gives you leverage.
Huge. How's the reaction been? Drivers, fleets, insurance companies?
Pretty positive overall, especially from drivers. Independents see it as real relief, finally getting some credit, some financial break for investing in safety tech.
About time, probably.
You hear that a lot, yeah. Fleet managers, thrilled. They've been putting cameras in for years. Now they finally get a direct financial reward for it. Insurance companies are, well, mixed. Lower claims are good, but forced discounts maybe less so. And the lawmakers, simple goal, reward safety, encourage tech, cut down on lawsuits. Seems like a win for many.
And could this spread? Other states might follow.
Absolutely could. Everyone's watching Louisiana. If it works, reduces claims, saves money overall. Yeah, you could see similar laws, maybe even standardized discounts across the country.
Interesting.
Dashcam companies are already marketing Louisiana discount-eligible features, and trucking groups are pushing for federal recognition, saying, hey, video proof protects drivers way better than just logs. This law really makes dashcams a smart investment, gives drivers like you a bit more leverage, a bit more fairness.
Okay, so all these external things, risks, rewards, recognition, rules, it all brings us back to what you can control, right? Your time, your future. Beyond just hauling the next load.
Exactly. And sources like Life as a Trucker really hammer this home. Truckers face unique challenges, that pain and suffering they talk about. You have to look at the industry from all angles, including your personal angle, your well-being, your financial security.
Which means managing your time, not just for the dispatcher or the shipper.
But for yourself, proactively. For your family, your future.
And that connects to this really interesting idea. Using your downtime, your off-duty hours wisely, learning new skills, maybe building online income streams.
Yeah, the sources specifically mention training truckers to use AI tools to create extra income. Think of it like building a buffer.
A shield.
A shield, exactly. A shield against the ups and downs of freight rates, the economy, all the volatility. Having some recurring online income. That provides real long-term security. It helps you plan for retirement on your term.
It softens the blow if, say, your main trucking gig disappears unexpectedly.
Precisely. It's about empowerment, taking control, making sure you feel respected and supported, not just by others, but by your own smart planning.
And there are actual resources for this.
Yeah, they mention specific sites. Retirefromtrucking.com has a free guide, apparently, on preparing for retirement and learning about those AI tools. And for earning extra money while you're still driving, there's truckersidehustle.com.
Okay, good to know.
The whole idea is shifting the focus a bit. Yes, the job is demanding, but you can use the structure of the job, the downtime, to build something for yourself. Build resilience, build security.
So, wrapping things up today, we've really covered a lot of ground, from those immediate threats like cargo theft and surprise inspections,
The daily realities.
to the absolutely fundamental role you play in the economy, moving everything, and those moments of pride and recognition that matter so much.
The parades, the road team.
Yeah. And we also looked at how things like new laws, like the Dashcam Law, and personal strategies like building side income can empower you.
It really highlights the complexity, doesn't it? Trucking life is challenging, no doubt. But it's also full of opportunity if you're prepared, proactive, and looking at all the angles. It's that balance between the demands of the road and investing in yourself.
So the final thought for you to take away today. In a world that's always pushing you to just keep on trucking for everyone else, how will you use your downtime, use these new tools and opportunities to shape your own journey? How do you make sure that not just the load gets delivered safely, but that your own future is protected, respected, and built on your terms?